got a tip, there's no debate. I know a gent that'll set you straight. It's Vinny Valentine. Good fellow who's got what it takes. A New Yorker to make no mistake. It's Vinny Valentine. And if you're feeling real blue, call on Vinny. He's gonna tell you who's better than you. Elizabeth Street, Little Italy. Hangs with his pals, yeah, that's where he'll be. It's Vinny, a friend of mine. Stand-up guy from the Lower East Side. Take it from me, he's one of a kind. It's Vinny Valentine. Who's better than you?
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Vinny Vella Show. Unfortunately, Vinny got called away on an assignment tonight and was at the last minute and was unable to make it. My name is Scott Skolnick. I, along with Rich Spezial, help Vinny produce the show every week, and I will be trying to fill those very, very large and lovely and lovable shoes as best I can. But one break that I did get is that we have an excellent guest tonight, a dear friend of Vinny and really a great friend of the show. He's an actor, comedian, and author, Mario Bosco, and really one of the most inspiring people that I know and that you will get to know tonight as well. So, Mario, maybe we could get a little bit about your background right from the beginning and the circumstances surrounding your birth right from the top.
I was born with a rare disease called panhypopituitary, a disease that affected not just my birth, also my health, and basically crucified me for the rest of my life. A doctor in 1973 gave my mother a pill, an aspirin, and it burned my pituitary gland, my thyroid, and left me to be this size.
This was in the process of being born that happened to you?
Yes.
Is when you received that aspirin inadvertently?
Yeah, I was still in the womb, and she had a cold. Doctor said, okay, I'll give you a little aspirin, and that aspirin did more damage than good. It
did more damage than good, but that was not the end of the story for you.
No, it wasn't. I'm very grateful. I'm very lucky. I guess that, I'm touched. And I believe in destiny and angels because in life you have to believe that something's going to work out. In 1986, I met America's favorite TV dad, Bill Cosby. Unfortunately, today he got sentenced.
Today he was sentenced. No longer America's favorite TV dad, but still was able to help you?
He helped me tremendously. He taught me the art of comedy, how a sitcom is made through the Cosby Show and the wonderful cast.
Now, in today's day, everybody seems to be looking for an excuse, looking for a loophole. I mean, you could have had a million excuses every day of your life, right?
Yeah.
You had, your own book is called Hopeless to Hollywood.
From Hopeless to Hollywood.
From Hopeless to Hollywood. And, you did not ever get stuck in that hopelessness. And what do you attribute that to? I know you had a very close relationship with your parents, and unfortunately your father has passed, and you still have your mom.
Struggling with health issues takes you down as a child. You're not just gonna, it's not a, hop, skip, and a jump. A lot of days spent in Mount Sinai Hospital. A lot of days spent in the ER in convulsions. But like I said, I'm blessed. And I have a lovely career in show business, I'm a stand-up comic.
And you know, you even as a young child, you began entertaining your family. And
Yes.
that's where you started to get the itch for the applause and the attention.
Yes, I used to play records on my 45 turntable, and I used to sing along to them and hope that my parents would watch and give me an applaud, and it put a smile on my face and made me feel wanted. But it wasn't until August of '86 when I met Bill Cosby that he put the stars in my eyes.
And then you were about a teenager at that time, right?
I think I was 13 or 14 at the time.
And you also overcame some bullying in school.
A lot of bullying. A lot of thrown in the garbage can head first. A lot of pulling shorts down. I guess people felt that they could get away with that because they just knew that they didn't need an option. What is he gonna do? He can't defend himself. So we'll pull his shorts down in front of everybody and he'll get embarrassed. He's not gonna hit us.
And despite all that, what do you think it is that it compelled you to keep going and to follow your dreams and your goals?
I think it's my intuition. I think it's my destiny that's gonna take me to that level that I want to go
But
to.
it takes more than destiny. It also takes work.
Oh yes, it takes a lot of work because, especially being a stand-up comic, you're not just rocking and rolling. You have to have good jokes. You have to get the proper timing, the proper hours. You know, you don't want to do 11:30, 1 o'clock show because you're lucky you might get hit with something. So you want to do an 8 o'clock show. And I think I have people that believe in me.
But most importantly, you believed in yourself.
Oh yeah.
Now, just if we could just back up a little bit, before the stand-up started, you also did a lot of movies, television. How many times on Jimmy Kimmel?
I did Jimmy Kimmel about 4, skits and show, and I sat next to Denzel.
Watching the Celtics play is what turned you into the Lakers fan.
First of all, I'm from New York. So if the Celtics come to the Garden and play the Knicks,
Right.
they can win the game, but they're not gonna walk around the Garden afterwards.
No.
So, yeah, no. Right? Where's Mario? Mario, you know what I'm talking. You're
Not
too young.
comfortable.
He knows what I'm talking about. Mario, come here.
It's the making of a. Oh, you got him.
My guy Mario
Now,
from
this
Brooklyn.
is a guy we just met in the audience.
So yeah, for the folks at home, you don't know who Mario is, but you will.
You just
Mario
don't-
from Brooklyn, right, Mario?
Mario.
Yeah, sit right here,
Mario.
Mario. Sit there.
We just met Mario in the studio audience before the show began.
You remember me?
I don't remember you though. You said the trains
Every
went by.
morning.
You got to
You
talk into
spoke
that
to me every. You
microphone,
got to talk to the
Mario.
mic.
Yeah,
Every
that's-
morning
Mario,
I
we're trying
saw
to get
you.
a job here, Mario.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to
Wait
get
a
a
minute,
job.
you-
Tony Scott was fun, right?
You
like
saw
Tony?
him every morning and you don't remember this guy?
Every morning.
You saw me? Did I speak to you?
That's right.
I spoke to you.
Yes.
Get out of here. What'd I say?
Every morning.
I said, hey, Mario, how you doing today?
No, he had a cigar. He would sit back in his chair, and I would come by.
You sure it was me?
You were on the Taking of Pelham, right?
I think so.
3 months.
3 months in Brooklyn.
J Street, Borough Hall.
That's correct.
Canal Street. Where else do we go?
Where else did we go? Where else did we go? Now it's us now. That's right.
And that all started from like some kind of audience bit, right?
Yep.
Tell the audience
I
about
had,
how that started.
I had gone one day to see the show. I got these tickets.
Now, this is in
and-
California?
California. Got these tickets, but I only got to see a half show. So the next day I go back. I'm from Brooklyn. I got chutzpah. So I show up again. Guy says to me, "You can't get tickets anymore." Why? I said, I was here yesterday, but for a short time. I didn't see a show. I saw a skit. He says to me, "I'm sorry." Normally I would have gave him a good piece of my Brooklyn mind, but I didn't. I left. That night, Uncle Frank, Jimmy's uncle, came up to me, and some girl took a picture. like, why is this girl taking a picture? It was his cousin, his daughter. So I'm like, wait a minute, if you're the uncle, she's the cousin. So I told her my story. She put me on the guest list. Denzel was
Nice.
there, and the rest is history.
And now you had some previous interactions with Denzel.
Yes, I've seen him here and there, you know, and he's a great guy. And
Were you in a movie?
Pelham 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
And that was before you saw him on the show, right?
Yeah. Yep, he was there for, he was there to promote the show for the movie. But it was good.
And then you came, he called you from the audience, right? To the stage.
Called me.
Yeah.
Denzel called me, and he said, come here. I said, yes. And he said, you gotta come here. And I said, you know
That was not pre-planned or rehearsed or anything?
When he said second time, and I said, you know what? Better do it now or never. And I did it.
And that led to future appearances on the show?
Yeah, led to me to do skits with Jimmy and with Uncle Frank and Guillermo and Scott Baio and, you know, Ed Pepitone, the cream of the crop.
Nice. Nice. And then ultimately you wrote a book, From Hopeless to Hollywood?
Yes, my book is called From Hopeless to Hollywood. I've been very lucky. I've had book signings in Vegas, in Los Angeles, in Elmira, New York, and in Virginia, a lot of places.
Now, do you run into people who've read your book and tell you the effect it's had on them?
Yes, they tell me that the effect is on them is that how did you go through what you went through? How were you able to subside everything that you dealt with?
And how, you know, how has it empowered them and improved their lives?
I mean, they never clarified how it improved. I'm hoping that it's an inspirational moment, whatever that I went through, that maybe they went through, or maybe they dealt with, or with a family member, and it gave them a little light saying, oh, this kid's went through it, so I look at him now, so let's see what's next for him.
Now, like I said earlier, we live in a society where people constantly are looking for victimhood. They love the excuse. They latch on to the excuse. They try and create all kinds of subsets and subgroups of victims. I mean, what does that make you feel like when you see that?
You want to know something? If you want to go throw yourself in a puddle, go ahead. I've been through so much in life to, at this point, I have to take it from here to there. I have to take it to the end. If they have an excuse, and their excuse is because they don't want to work, or they want to be lazy, or they want to deal with life in itself, I can't help that. They have to help themselves. God says, help yourself, and I help you.
I know that you have a great deal of religious faith as well, and that also has guided your life.
Well, I mean, it's just you gotta have faith. Like I said to you, my mom is sick, so I you know, sometimes you lose the moment of faith, but then you hope that God backs you up and that will do the right thing for you.
Well, you've personally seen, you know, yourself get through, you know, very, very difficult, or as you say, hopeless circumstances, and find that light at the end of the tunnel.
It's only hopeless if you want it to be hopeless. The reason why I titled the book From Hopeless to Hollywood was because I wasn't expected to live long as a child, so I was a hopeless case. But Hollywood is where I love.
Now, I know that you have a lot of friends over at Little Italy, that you're really, a lot of times I'll go to Mulberry Street often to see Vinny, and there you are, almost like part of the scenery there. Any great stories about
Little
that?
Italy Mulberry Street per se has been a piece of the Italian immigrants from day one. Today there's a lot of mixed races that have stepped in, but you hope to see the old school Italian guy, whether he's opening his bodega, whether he's opening up his, whether he's just going to do laundry.
Even the tourists are looking for him.
That's true, but unfortunately, you got no choice, you gotta, you know what I mean? But I think that neighborhood has changed.
It's disappearing, unfortunately. It's almost consolidated to just like 2 or 3 blocks.
When I see Vinny in like Elizabeth Street or Little Italy, or I feel like I see still a piece of,
Sure,
of
absolutely.
New York City,
Absolutely.
Italian. Because the first things that come out, hey baby, how are you? How you doing? What's going on? Did you have a cannoli? You gotta have a cannoli. So you hope for, you hope that will continue. The Italian stores, the Italian restaurants. That's what we hope for.
And we just had the San Gennaro feast last week.
Crowded, packed, hundreds of people. And the majority of they look for is a good sausage sandwich and a good Zeppelin. They're not looking to have pasta fazool. They're looking to have street food. And the best food is Italian food. You gotta have a good Zeppelin. You gotta have good Tyrone. You gotta.
You're making me hungry now.
All
The feast is over.
Well, the feast is over, but the streets are not over. So, you could always go down and see Baby John and
Sure.
go to Cafe Palermo.
We've had Baby John on the show quite a few times.
Cannoli, you go to get a nice cannoli, and that's basically it.
Now, do you run into a lot of people who recognize you from your films and appearances?
Not in Little Italy. Sometimes somebody will come up to me and say, hey, how are you? I saw you. Were you in this? And I'll be like, yeah, I was. Like, okay. I hope so.
Now, what made you decide to try out comedy?
I'm a unique talent, so there's not many guys like me. The role that I'm looking for is not going to come up every day. So I have to go after something that will make me famous or make me known.
And you've been doing it for, what, a couple of years now?
I've been doing it exactly October 15 will be 10 months.
10 months. Yeah, I was pretty close.
And
I
I've
thought it was
been-
just a little bit over a year.
I've been all over the place.
Now, what's it like? You're up there, just you and the microphone, right? It's not like the movies where if you screw up,
There's no
you
cut.
get to do it again.
There's no cut. You go up there and you do your thing and you make the people laugh and you come off and you feel good about it.
And you write your own jokes?
I do. I have a friend, she helps me. It's funny that when you're writing jokes, you have to make sure that they're good for the audience. So I write a joke, and then I work on it with a friend. I sent it to another friend of mine who's a teacher. So he has experience, 30 years in the business.
In comedy or teaching?
Comedy. He edits the joke, sends it back to me, and then I try it out in an open mic. And by the time the open mic is over, I take it on to the road.
What are the winning joke subjects these days?
I don't do sexually. I don't do racist. I'm not going to start getting hit with a tomato or a cucumber or a glass. I do mixed stuff.
I mean, our political humor, is that, because of these
No.
late night shows, it just seems like there's just one joke.
I can't
and
do
that's it.
political because you know why? You got the guy that loves Trump, the guy that hates Trump. You got the guy that loved Obama, the guy that hates Obama. So you can't pick up a subject when you're starting out and start wringing out their laundry, and then hopefully you get famous from it.
So what are the good subjects to
I do a lot about my mother, having an old school Italian mother. I do a lot about me being short, the voice I have. People think that I'm a girl. That's basically it. I have a good 10, 15 jokes that I could take on the road and do, and very happy, you know what I mean? And I love it, going on the road.
Where have you been on the road?
I've been at Catch the Rising Star. I've been at Gotham, Broadway Comedy Club, Dangerfield.
So just New York for now. Now you have, I believe, 2 shows coming up.
Yes, I have October 6th at Broadway Comedy Club, and November
Now Broadway Comedy Club is
52nd and 3rd.
the 52nd between 8th and 9th, because I live in that neighborhood.
8th and 9th, that's right, I'm sorry.
Don't send everybody in the wrong way.
And then I have Gotham on November 2nd, and that's on 23rd between 6th and 7th Avenue.
Nice. So what about movies? You have anything coming up?
I have a movie coming out called Cruise.
What is that about?
It's about the 1980s drag racing cars, and it takes place in Queens by Lefty Art Boulevard. Lefferts Art Boulevard. And I can't wait till Friday it comes out.
This Friday. Is that theater release?
Yes.
And where's that going to be? Let's plug it all.
I don't know exactly. You can go online and look at cruisethemovie.com.
CRUISE?
Yep, cruisethemovie.com. It's a really good movie. It has Sebastian Maniscalco.
Not Tom Cruise?
No, not Tom Cruise.
Huh?
But other than that, it's a pretty good.
How was that joke?
That's a pretty good joke. You want to write it?
You can have it. You can have it.
Thank you. But yes, Friday it comes out in theater, so I hope people go and see it.
Nice. And what role did you have in that?
I have a nice size role. I play a kid from the neighborhood. I make the deal for the first drag race, so I can't wait.
Were there any old-time drag racers there consulting, or just?
I don't know, because there were so many people on that set, so I really don't know.
Now you at one time had sold cars, right?
Yes, I sold cars in 1992 to 2000. It was a good experience. That's it.
Are you a big fan of cars?
I am. I'm old school cars. Ferrari, Maserati.
But nothing that you saw drag racing while filming?
No, I think they were using a lot of Dodge, orange Dodges. It was the 80s, so they had to match the colors, the orange and black.
Nice. You also, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time left, but you also have a very strong entrepreneurial streak that started as a child. When we mentioned you had sold cars, and how do you feel that helped your development into all this other stuff?
Well, I mean, it helped because I could sell myself to a producer. I could sell myself to a cast member and stuff.
And but I'm saying, as far as being independent and so forth, because
It was good.
do you recommend that a younger person go that route if they're looking for confidence and independence? That may be
Yes.
one good avenue.
I
to
think
take?
that you have to have, sorry to interrupt you. I think you have to have a lot of chutzpah, and you have to have a lot of...
Now, our audience is not all Italian. You'll have to explain what chutzpah is.
Chutzpah is a Jewish word taught to me by Joan Rivers. It means you gotta have balls to succeed. And you have to have guts. No guts, no glory. So you gotta have the guts for the glory.
And that is confidence, right? Right
Confidence.
there. That's confidence, and that's what probably separates you from so many other people who certainly did not have to deal with everything that you've dealt with, but still you found your way to the head of the line.
Yes, always.
I mean, really, what a incredibly inspiring story. From hopeless to Hollywood.
Yep.
And how about the next book? From Hollywood to where?
I don't know yet. We're not in that mist yet. Next year.
Okay. Well, everybody, what a pleasure it's been for me tonight to be here, and I thank you so much, Mario. You really bailed me out, and
Well, you're a good guy, so it's one Italian to another.
well, I happen to be Jewish, but that's okay.
Hey,
Thank you, and Vinny will be back next week.
thank you guys.